a moment in everyone's life sooner or later. It's when you realize that time never stops. That money comes in and before you even notice, it's already gone again. And that the life you're promised isn't quite the one you're living.
I want to spend time with my family.
And before STLFLIX, it was hit and miss if I got a good vibe.
Pain of finding a print that you really like and then you realize you can't sell it online or commercially.
I've been a mechanic for 40 years. You know, my body hurts, my joints ache. It takes me half an hour to get ready in the morning because my fingers don't move like they did 10 years ago.
I was diagnosed with cervical cancer and we got through that. Last year, it was hard the entire year.
But what if things could be different? Working from home, having real time for the people you love. Being in control of your own time, your own business, your own story.
Roughly, we've made about $45,000.
Maybe like 30,000-ish.
Probably close to about £10,000.
Over $20,000.
I probably made $12,000, $14,000.
We have had 75% of our sales come from STLFLIX files.
On Etsy, it's almost all of it. It's about 98% on Etsy. I literally STLFLIX products, so
90%.
I would say 75% of my sales come through STLFLIX models. And when I got STLFLIX, that propelled my business to allow me to run market stalls, travel the country selling these models.
It means that I know that I'm going to have a constant source of a lot of different models to choose from and a community there that support one another, help one another, and is a family. To be fair.
But none of that changes on its own. No one changes their life just by wishing for it. Without taking action, things stay exactly where they always been. And sometimes that action doesn't have to be a big one. Sometimes it's as simple as deciding to buy a 3D printer. You have no idea how many people's lives started changing because of one simple 3D printer. And that's exactly how our story began. Except it wasn't 4 years ago, it was 13. A young man working at a multinational company decided to buy a 3D printer. He started small, selling the plant pots he printed himself. One printer became two. The sales paid for a third. Then he kept growing and growing until he released a collection that became a nationwide hit, even appearing on Big Brother Brazil. At one point, he had more than 100 printers running. He was literally living the dream. And it was at that moment he realized something. There were countless people who wanted to build the same kind of business he already had. People were looking for ready-to-print products, marketing materials, and proof that these products actually sell. That young man was Bruno Boas. But to turn that vision into something bigger, Bruno knew he needed someone with a strong background in selling. Fortunately, Bruno knew someone whose talent was exactly that. Selling. Someone who had already succeeded in marketplaces, in e-commerce, and with physical retail. Someone who sold more than 200,000 units of a product he created himself, and even pitched in Shark Tank. When Bruno teamed up with Lincoln Almeida, STLFLIX was born. With a mission that's simple to say, but much bigger to accomplish. To help people build their own success stories through 3D printing. 4 years later, we have grown to more than 43,000 subscribers. And these success stories keep coming. And this story keeps repeating itself. It always has. When the internet arrived, it opened a window. The people who saw the opportunity early changed their lives. When smartphones came along, another window opened. Now, artificial intelligence is opening yet another one. Every major technological revolution creates a window of opportunity. And the people who step through it at the right times are the ones who reap the rewards later. The 3D printing revolution is starting right now, right in front of you. The machines have never been faster. They have never produced such high-quality products in so little time. The materials have never been better, and they keep getting cheaper every day. 3D printing has reached the point where you can replace traditional manufacturing methods. That's exactly why more and more people are selling 3D printed products and selling them successfully. It's never been more possible to make a living from it. That's why many people are going to use this opportunity to truly change their lives, while others will simply watch that change happen for everyone else. Because the difference isn't luck, it isn't talent, and it isn't hard work. The difference is knowing what to sell, where to sell it, and how to sell 3D prints.
Hello and welcome to STLFlix's 4th anniversary. I'm super thrilled to be here. You just got a glimpse of our story. I can guarantee that there were a lot more steps in this journey than the ones that we just showed you here. But it was an amazing journey. It's been an amazing journey. And I want to keep on doing this for so many long years together with you guys, because this for me is very special. I love seeing the success stories and the videos behind the people, really, the community members that were able to succeed because of STLFlix, using STLFlix as a tool that helped them develop their businesses, their sources of income, the businesses that their families rely on. So this is super exciting. I remember last Black November when we did the last live stream, I told about how much we were trying to go after these incredible stories that are there from our community. And now we have so many of those. And we started to travel more and document more the success stories. And now we have a big catalog of those stories, which is amazing. And it makes me super happy when we compile those things and we look. And it's honestly the best part of my job, to be honest. And the more we study these success stories, the more we talk with these people, the more we realize something that is very important. That courage and effort, like really trying to go out there, trying to make things happen, are just not enough. Because there is one thing that is missing for a lot of people. A lot of people, they have the effort, they have the courage, they have what it takes, but still there's something that is different, which is knowing where to sell, what to sell, and how to sell. So tonight, to celebrate this anniversary, my goal here is to gather some of the insights and some of the learnings really that we had from talking with our community and pass it on to you to offer you a bit of a guide, some insights on how you guys can do it yourself as well. Make that happen for you guys. So you can figure out your own structure and your own path to build. But before I dive into tonight's content, the things that we have prepared for tonight, I know there are some people here, only a few, that are here because of the giveaway. So let's talk about the giveaway rules, okay? All right, super important. You have to be online during the live stream. If you were in live streams in the past, you know that we spent hours drawing numbers already, just so we could finally find someone that was online. So please be online when you enter the giveaway, because we're gonna keep drawing names until we find someone that is online and watching the live stream. So the form is this one right here. This is the form that you have to fill, all right? Any other forms that you filled previous to this live stream, these are not the giveaway ones. These are the ones that we did to call you guys for the live stream. This right here, this is the form that is actually the one that you need to enter in order to be in the live stream, all right? And what are we drawing tonight? We are drawing a K2 Plus and 20 spools of STLFlix filament. These are 2 awards that are gonna be drawn separately for these 2 prizes, a K2 Plus and 20 spools of filament. So I'm gonna leave the QR code a little bit here. I'm pretty sure that our staff is gonna put the link in the chat as well. So if you maybe missed the QR code here or watching from your phone, wait a little bit. There will be a link in the chat so you can click the link and register as well. But even if you are here because of the giveaway, even if the giveaway is the reason you came to watch STLFlix's 4th anniversary live stream, there are a lot of very valuable insights in this live stream tonight. Some things that I truly believe that can be some amazing advices if you want to turn this, if you want to seize this opportunity in 3D printing to make your dream come true. I think there are valuable insights in here. Because we are, as you saw in the beginning, the biggest subscription for commercial license in the world. So when we gather the knowledges, when we talk to people that are making it work, there are some true knowledges and true insights that we can get off of this. So I really believe that this has the potential to be perhaps the initial of something really big for you as well. All right? So let's start talking about the first question that I've raised in the previous slide, which is where to sell. And the way we see it, the more we study and talk with our community members, the members that found profit, they found in two main paths. But tonight, I want to start by following the money. And to follow the money, where do you think the majority of the retail happens? Do you think it happens online, or do you think it happens offline? Well, a lot of people would assume that since we live in this very digital, technological age of social media and e-commerce and everything, that the majority of retail is already happening online. But that's not true, because only 16% of the entire retail in the United States happens online. The rest of it is entirely offline. It's entirely sold in physical stores, in fairs and markets. And just to be clear, 16% of the biggest economy in the world, it's a huge market. But still, 84% of the entire goods transacted are being sold offline. So if you want to build a successful 3D printing business, you can go online, but you don't need to. You can still do it and do it very well just by being offline. Okay? So offline, when I say offline, I say in stores, in fairs, in markets, and this happens right where you live. That's why tonight I will start with the local sales. And when we think about local sales, especially in 3D printing, there's something that the majority of us associate right away. And it's a great way to start selling prints. And a lot of our community members have done this exact path. I'm talking about local markets. Local markets have been the key to success to so many of our community members. And if you follow our channel here, you probably saw dozens of these stories. And if you haven't, it's a good opportunity right now for you to please follow our channel and watch some of these amazing stories that we have gone and documented and talked to these people that really were able to turn 3D printing and their local sales, their fair activities, their markets, their weekend markets into a much broader thing, and were able to really create a sustainable business and a sustainable life for their families using the local markets. So it's a great way to start. It is super scalable because we saw members that they go in, they start to make friends with the other vendors, they start to understand what are the markets that are happening in the region, and they start expanding. So doing multiple markets a month. Sometimes running simultaneous markets with helpers to help them. So, and some of them even went beyond and opened their own brick and mortar store, starting with the local markets. So it's a great way to start. And a lot of people have found success with this. But it does come with a little bit of a ceiling. There's so much that you can make because you need to be there present, either you or your helpers. If you stop showing up, then sales stop coming in. This, and also the fact that you need to prep a lot your items, make it a little bit hard to make it work and scale. So it does take a while. It goes slow. This is why another great way to sell locally is through local stores. You sell either at consignment stores or you sell the items to the store and then the stores resell them. And I know you're probably seen this before, which is prints, just like the ones that we make, being sold at a ridiculous low price on a big chain store and rows of them. And you might have wondered, how do I compete with that? How do I compete with this? This is so unfair. And in reality, you just don't compete with that. Because the shelf, the big chains, the big race to the bottom, it's not even where the majority of the local retail happens. Because let's keep following the money. If we look at the retail in the United States, 49% happens in big chain stores and 51% happens in local and independent stores. And when I talk about this, the 49-51% split, I'm talking about revenue. Because if you think about sales locations that are way more local and independent shops than chain stores. So these are all places that you can pitch and bring your 3D printed items to sell, and with very, very low competition, because the majority of the makers, they don't even assume that this is a viable path that they could go to. So these sellers, the sellers that make big chunks for Walmart, for the big chain stores, they don't go to these places because these stores, it's your neighbor stores, it's a family business. So these are people that are within your very own community, people that you talk to, people that you can even get to meet at the local fairs, at the local markets that you go to. And these stores are gift shops, toy stores, garden centers, pet shops, the barber shop down the road, the liquor store, and so many other places that we can think. I could list here a list of places that maybe you can go and take your prints to. And this is a huge opportunity. It can generate real sales, and it can generate recurrence as well. Because once you figure out, let's give it an example here. You meet the owner of a garden center, and you go there, and you start selling your planters to him, and it starts working, and you start collaborating with him. Hey, what do you sell? What do you need? Which products do you think could be good here? Which products do you think I could try to bring in and put here that could sell? And once you start to make this partnership work, you can go ahead and pitch to all other garden centers in your area. And then you can expand from a niche, starting from your very own local community. And this can work super well with the fairs as well. And I follow these steps too. When I was printing at Casa Zia, as you saw in the video in the beginning of the live stream, my focus was home decor. So this is what I was focused on. Previously I worked at a home appliance brand, so I knew a little bit more about, I had a bit more knowledge on home decor. This was what I was studying. So I started to develop really this sense of going to the stores, bringing my product in, and then I started to pitch to several different stores, and it started to work out, and it really helped me to boost and scale the initial stage of my business. I even locked a contract where the buyer would have to buy $10,000 every 2 months in return for discounted pricing. So it was a contract that I just kept on doing. Every 2 months, the purchase would come in, and it helped me to scale quite a bit. It helped me to sustain the base, the foundation layer of my business. And to be frank with you, this is not easy. It's not something that comes naturally. Even like this, what I'm doing right now, the live stream, talking with the big audience, this is something that it's not natural. It's not something that you can do right away. And I understand why a lot of people are very skeptic and really scared of trying to do that. I was skeptic and scared of trying to do that as well. And over time, the more you do it, the more confidence you get, it gets easier. And the same happens with the fairs. The same happens with the markets. You still need to overcome that initial fright of, wow, am I really going to do this? Am I really going to go in and pitch this product? But over time, it's very, very rewarding. So I got to enter even a few wholesale chains where they would have my products in a few different stores. So the way I see the local sales journey is really about exploring what to sell first, building a relationship, and then scaling. So let's translate that when we talk about markets and when we talk about the local fairs. At your first fairs, you're going to set up your table. You won't know exactly what to sell, what's going to work. But then you go, you interact face-to-face with your community. It's cool, it's chill, because you know these people, so they're not strangers to you, and you start to understand. And it's also give you instant feedback, which is good. And the same happens when you go to the first stores in your first time. You come in maybe as a bypasser, maybe you go to a store that you've already been, you talk with the owner, you understand what he needs, maybe he's going to help you out, maybe he's not going to help you out, and you would have to go somewhere else. But then, slowly but surely, you start to make your first sales. And this is where the relationship phase comes in. When we are talking about the markets and the fairs, you become a regular presence in the fair. So you are always there. You're always selling your items. You know the kids by the names. They know what your booth sells. Someone comes in and say, hey, I want to buy something this weekend because I know you sell this. So they know you. They know what you sell. And when we talk about the local stores, kind of what I've already detailed. You know what's working for one store. So you understand the niche a little bit better. Enough that you can go to a different store and say, hey, I sold this item to this other guy, this other gift shop. I think it might work for you as well. So you start building those relationships. And even when you are selling in your markets, in your local fair, you can still find these store owners or find profitable partnerships of things that you maybe are not in your table. Maybe it's not something that you are selling right away, but something that you can develop into a bigger partnership. And then once you have this relationship layer very well laid out, then it becomes about the scale. It becomes about how many events you can go in a month. Maybe go to premium events. Maybe you get helpers so that you can be simultaneously in two places. And when we talk about the local stores, then you really expand your reach. You talk to a sales rep that sells to a lot of different gift shops. You talk to wholesale businesses that have more stores. And then over some time, you will start to develop and expand. So it's a path filled with possibilities and many, many advantages. As I showed you before, it's a huge market. It's the biggest chunk of the retail, right? So it's endless. It's the easiest first sale. Like you could go tomorrow. You can really literally go tomorrow, get on your car, and go around your town. And I'm pretty sure that there is a big, I'm not saying that it's going to happen because I cannot promise anything, but I'm pretty sure that if you get on your car and if you go tomorrow, pitch into some stores, you can probably make a sale tomorrow. So it's the easiest first sale available. It's built on real relationships, and this is what changes so much from selling online because it's really based on talking with people and understanding what they need, and you talking about the possibilities that you have. So it's built on real relationships. And it's a much lower competition because believe me, it's not a lot of people that are actually trying to do this. And it gives you recurrence because there's always going to be a next fair that you can go to. There's always going to be a next market. There's always going to be another store from within the same niche that you can pitch the exact same products. So it is a possibility of recurrence. But then again, nothing in life is perfect. And there are several challenges to overcome when we are talking about selling locally. And the first one, something that I've already touched a little bit, it is slower to scale. Like you gotta be there present, you gotta be there yourself in order to make the sale. Regardless of if you are selling to local stores, if you're selling at markets, you gotta be there live, and you gotta make the sale. So it's slower to scale. It's one sale at a time. If you compare to online, if you find the right product, you can scale super fast. Offline, that doesn't happen. But you can still scale, and you can still scale quite a bit. And the worst part for a lot of people, which is what I've talked a little bit about before, is you have to put yourself out there. So you need to build in the courage to go and pitch the products to people. You have to understand what you need to do in order to have the right offer. You need to understand what are the things that you gotta do in order not to be annoying to the store seller. So this is a block. And as I was saying before, this has been a block for me as well. This is a challenge that if you wanna take this route, you have to overcome. Because a lot of the times, what builds insecurity on us, it's not knowing what to do. Because not knowing what to do puts us on a situation where there are so many uncertainties that those things by themselves make you freeze and make you stop. So we decided to create a course based on this journey that I just detailed. So it's going to be a live local sales course. It's going to be on the course of 4 weeks that we are going to have a live moment where we are going to be going over all these steps that I just detailed. And even though I had this experience in the past, as I mentioned, we decided to bring someone in that is currently developing and documenting this exact business that I just detailed. So she's a maker, she's a seasoned entrepreneur, and she's overcoming many of these challenges right now. And she's, I think you already know at this point because you were watching the videos before the live stream. It's Ashley Lee, Print to Profit. If you can walk her in. Hey, Ashley, how's it going? I'm having trouble hearing her. No, don't need. I don't think you need to change anything. Test it out.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, there we go.
So welcome to the live stream.
First live hiccups.
Are you
excited?
First
time ever doing a YouTube live.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm very excited to be here with everyone.
Awesome, awesome. We have currently 800 people watching us. So it's like
I know, I've been in the chat trying to talk to people.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so Ashley, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit of what you were building and our objectives here together.
Okay, so hi everyone. Many of you will not know me. My name is Ashley, and I am here because I actually started a bakery from my home about 6.5 years ago and taught myself business from nothing. We have a second kitchen in our home now. And that all started because I was watching some videos on YouTube to teach myself how to make a cake for my son's 3rd birthday. And it really spiraled. But the problem that I had at the time was I was jumping around trying to find information about how to build a business, how to make profit, what do you sell things for, all that kind of stuff, while also physically in the bakery making items at the same time. So it's an amazing business now. 6.5 years later, I run a 6-figure bakery from home that I built with my own 2 hands with 0 business knowledge from scratch. And about 2.5 years ago, I wanted to buy a 3D printer because I wanted to be able to make cake toppers, but I was really intimidated because, like baking, I had no knowledge of the 3D printing world. I didn't understand how these machines work. I had no idea if you had to make all of your own files, what it even was all about at all. So I kept putting it off and telling myself it was too much. I wasn't going to be able to figure it out. And I finally, in December 2024, I jumped in and I bought a Flash Forge on a Boxing Day sale. You can see I don't run a Flash Forge now. I have 3 bamboo machines and they do everything for my business. I sold that Flash Forge. But I have been running my business for about 1.5 years now, and it only took about a month before I really was fully dedicated to making and growing this business. But for me, I wanted to sell everything locally. I didn't want to try to jump online and figure all that part of it out. So I just started in local Facebook groups and Instagram and building a Google business profile and getting out there that way, finding a couple markets. I actually organize a market locally for everybody in the chat who says, we don't have markets in my community. Created a market in my own community. It's one of the best markets, if I might say so myself, in my community. Not twice a year. So that is really how I started to get out there to build that business, was by markets and getting in front of people, starting to let people get to know what I do. And my son, who is 9 years old, I'm trying to teach him the business at the same time.
That's
so
awesome.
He comes to a lot of markets with me, and he's great at interacting with people, and people love interacting with him. But what I love most is teaching people how to build businesses. And I'm so excited to be able to jump in here and do this together. I already teach businesses on my YouTube channel, and now we're gonna kind of put something together that's and more involved, I think, has more information and can kind of take people by the hand and walk them through how to do this, which is something that I wish I had when I started my first business.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go over the things that we are designing together. It's basically going to be, as I said, a local sales course. And it's going to have, every lesson is going to come in 2 tracks, right? So we're going to explore both the markets and fair possibilities and the sell and local stores possibilities. So the first step is just getting out of the comfort zone, as Ashley mentioned before. Really, how do you explore the scene, explore the stores available in your area, because it's something super important as well. Then we're gonna jump in and on how to build the first catalog, which is super important. We were just debating the other day about how complex it is, especially when you have 1 or 2 printers. What are the items that you pick? How do you pick them? How do you understand what makes sense and what doesn't? Then you go on to your very first sale. How do you close face-to-face when you are at a market? How do you go and pitch the items to a store owner and win the buyer? And then how you keep the relationship with both the buyers and the market and the entire community around what happens in your city. And then how do you make all of this that's working scale? So this is basically the path that we are designing. Ashley, I'm gonna let you jump in.
Yeah, sorry. It's tough because I have a bit of a lag, so I'm trying to watch the YouTube, listen to you, and just kind of catch up with the lag there.
But yeah, so
yeah, and I think it's so important for people who don't either A, don't think that they want to create a business, or B, don't know where to start, is to know that this is going to take you right from step 0, right? Like everything that you need to be able to get going so that you can create something for yourself. And maybe that is, you know, a few $100s a month. Maybe you want to be able to walk away from your job like I did when I started my bakery and now have added this income to my life. It's going to take you along all those steps and help you to build it in a way you want to build it.
And this is something interesting because what changed, like when you were able to achieve the stage that you achieved in your bakery, because it is a good steady income that comes working from home. So it's really something that I imagine that for your family must mean a lot.
Yeah, you know, I obviously not having to leave home to go and work my hours now, but I'm allowed to, I'm my own boss. I'm able to make my own schedule, right? And even if that means maybe sometimes right during the holidays, even between this room and the bakery, I barely stopped in December. And it's okay because I was still able to get to the important things for my kids. I was here to put them to bed every single night, but maybe that meant I went into the bakery after they went to bed, or I was up at 6 a.m. getting prints started so that I could really maximize my printers throughout the day. But home, and I could be making dinner and running into this room and doing something. Yeah. And it's so much different than having to be out of the house working 10, 12-hour shifts like I used to work. This gives me more control back in my life.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Ashley. This was the first announcement that we had. So I'm going to let Ashley go because she has her kids that she has to take care to. But she's going to be the instructor of these 4 classes that we're going to have. They're going to be live, where we're going to go over this entire track that we just talked about. So thank you very much, Ashley, for participating tonight with us.
Thank you so much for having me. And you guys can find me in the comments now for the rest of this live.
Awesome. So she's going to be in the comments, and don't forget to check her YouTube channel after the live stream. Don't leave the live stream to go to her YouTube channel now, but after the live stream, please go to her YouTube channel and check some of the videos there because it's amazing content. And seeing her content, it's what led us to invite her to be a part of this. So we were talking about the local sales and about how this is an amazing path for you to start and scale your business. But we have to talk about the online sales path. Because as I said, it only represents 16% of the entire US retail. But 16% is not only huge, because we're talking about the biggest economy in the world, but also when we look at the snapshot, we don't look at the full story. Because when we look at other countries, and the way that things are developing, the share of retail that now belongs to e-commerce is growing every year on almost every country in the world. So if we look at United Kingdom, it's already 30%. If we look at China, it's 47%. So this is why it's so important for us to not only understand, but start to force ourselves to be present and selling online, because this is a bigger trend. This is something bigger that is happening, and it's gonna keep on happening. So as it develops, we gotta develop ourselves as well into understanding how to work with the online. And the fact that we have the offline already pushing us the sales, already giving us the foundational base, makes us experiment and try the online very well in order to complement these things. So as we were talking, 3D printing allows you to work from home. But when we are talking about online sales, allows you not only to work from home, but never having to leave your home to actually make the sales as well. And it also is a path that has a very, very high scalability. We've seen with a few people from our community, they hit nail with the right product, they hit with the right listing, and the product explodes. They start selling a lot of those. It happened to me as well. When I first launched the product that ended up in the biggest reality TV show in Brazil, which is the Big Brother Brazil, every listing that I had, it completely blew out the window, selling a lot. So if you hit the right product, which you gotta be patient, you gotta find it. It's not easy, but if you hit the right product, the scalability online is completely different than what you see offline. It's not easy, you have to be patient, and you have to find the right products, build the right listings. But when you hit scalability online, really is off the chart. And another thing is that allows you to test much cheaper than offline. Because let's say I wanna sell here, the Nigerinja that we have. So I listed online, it only made one. I can print one to see if it prints well. If I don't want to print, if I feel like I have enough confidence that this product will be easy to print, I don't even need to print it before. So you list it online. If it starts to sell, you start to print, which is different than offline, that you have to build your inventory, you have to build your stock, you have to keep selling. So we also found and studied several people from our community and look how they started and developed their online businesses. So how they were able to build and scale based on online sales. And we had people from a lot of different aspects. If you saw the video that we put on our YouTube this Saturday, is someone that is scaling with one single printer on Etsy. So it's very comfortable for him. He's able to make it fit in his life so well because he basically has one POS working 24/7, and he's making almost $2,000 a month on sales with one printer on Etsy alone. So the best place to start selling online, from everything that we heard, from everything that we saw, talking and studying our community, is Etsy. Etsy is currently the 4th largest marketplace in America. It has 450 million visits a month. It has 90 million active buyers, and it does 12.7 billion in sales a year. But the reason why Etsy is the best marketplace is not the numbers, it's the buyer. Because the person who buys at Etsy, he's not looking just for the cheap product. He's looking for unique, exclusive, made to order. And another factor that makes Etsy super appealing for us is that it only costs 20 cents per listing. So you can test, try a lot of different things. You can do 100 listings, and it's gonna cost you 20 bucks. So you can try 100 different products, and it's gonna cost you 20 bucks. So it allows you for a lot of testing. But usually when we look and when we talk about selling on Etsy, I see people getting stuck in 4 main pain points. What to sell, what am I gonna sell on Etsy, right? How to be profitable, because is this thing gonna be profitable for me or not? How to create the listings, and how to scale the sales on a marketplace. And for that reason, we are bringing in this anniversary, a completely new tool that I wanna introduce to you right now. So editor, you can change my screen. This right here, let me wait until my face is off. And for those of you that's saying that Etsy is banning 3D printing, it's only if you just get the photos straight from the creator, putting on a listing and giving the right description. If you do things properly, if you really write down the listings, these are not gonna happen with you. And after the live stream, you can go on Etsy and check some of the main things people print, and you will see several listings over there. What they're banning is like those very just copy-paste listing. This is what they're banning, but the regular people that are actually making it fair, they're not banning. All right? So now we have something here. It's a new software called STL Seller. And on STL Seller, the first thing that I want to show you is that we have a new product finder. So when you hit on the product finder, you can see the products that are trending and selling on a variety of different categories right here. So how much are they selling for, how many sales they have in a lot of different categories. You see that Halloween is starting to pick up, so we do have quite a few listings on Halloween already trending up. And then you can go, let's go here on the large scope planter. You can see the details on this listing. You can click to see it on Etsy directly. It's selling for $33. And you can even see here for other files, other places that might have this file, and you can check by yourself. This is AI doing the research, and you can check if it has commercial license or not. So I just found one here on printables. If I go down here, I will see that this product does have commercial license. So if I'm someone interested in selling a scope planter because I feel like this fits my store, this fits what I like to do, obviously here we're not going to be hunting and scavenging for products that just sell. We want to find things that we would like to make, that make us shine, and then we are going to pick the listings. So you pick the listing, you can go ahead and check the model, if it's a model with commercial license or not. Then you can already map by yourself and see if it's going to be profitable, which goes to the next feature that we have on our catalog here, which is the pricing calculator. Just for the sake of time here, since we have the live stream, I'm going to show you some of the calculations I already did. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go on the scope planter. So you can put the library link right here, so you know that's the model that I'm doing. I have the competitor reference right here. Okay, and then I go ahead and I detail how much it's going to cost. So which printer I'm going to be using. So I set up a Creality High. It gives us the average consumption in kilowatt hours. How many pieces per plate, the print type. So I'm going to be inputting all of that based on what you're going to get off your slicer. So you're going to get the estimated weight, how much you're paying for filament. I'm putting $15 here. How much you're paying for energy in your area. This really depends on you. Your failure rate, it can be a lot higher, it can be lower. I put 10% here as an example. And then in here, because we have a competitor already, I set a target price because I know if the best seller on Etsy is selling at $33, maybe I could try to undercut it by 10%. So I set the price to $30. Okay? And then I can put in my sales tax that I have. I'm just keeping it 0 for now. And then I'm gonna pick Etsy as my sales channel. It's going to already apply all the fees that we already have on Etsy, and it's going to automatically calculate all of that. I'm also inserting here accessories and packaging. So I'm adding a cardboard box and some bubble wrap because I want to send them with the bubble wrap. If I want to add a label, I can add a label as well. I want to add the tape as well. You can add all the items so you have, so you're making sure that you are calculating everything. I spend 20 minutes painting. I want to add labor costs. All right, you can do that too. Right, so you can add all the extra costs in here, and then you can calculate the selling price. All right, so I had the target here. It was $30. It's going to cost me $3.68. So I'm making $23 per sale. That is a lot. It has a lot of margin, and it's going to detail to you how much you are spending in each of these categories. All right. So you have right here something that we realized also by talking to our community. How do we know if a product is worth pursuing or not? Well, it's not only about how much you can make per product, but it's also about how much you can make daily or monthly with that single product. So if I'm manufacturing this product 24/7 the entire month, I'm able to make $2,000 in profits off of this product, okay? So it's really something that allows us to look at products with a certain distance and see whether we should or not pursue the products. Because once you start calculating several different products, and I did a few here to exemplify for you, I've done the scope planter, and I saw that I can make 2,000. Then I saw this page holder right here, which is much cheaper and much smaller. I can make 3,000 if I make the entire month. So if I'm able to sell this at scale, I'm able to make as profit $3,000 with one printer. And then I compare that to something that the majority of people sell, articulated dragons. And look how much lower is my gain possibility when we look at an articulated dragon. So when you look that with the distance, you really understand what you should and what you should not sell. And then, all right, so I know I found the product, I know if it's worth pursuing or not, then I can go ahead and create an ad using the ad generator. So for the sake of time again here, I've separated our a product from STLFlix, and one good thing about STLFlix is that we have the media kit. Let me see if I got it right. No, I think I got the models instead of got the wrong file, but it's right here. So I'm gonna download the media kit, the media package right here. And the fact that we use STLFlix here, and STLFlix is a big catalog of models with commercial license, we also have, let me go back to the seller, where is it? Where's the seller? Ah, there you go. Downloads, media package. Okay, so I already have the images right here. That is all I need in order to generate the listing. So I'm gonna get these 5 images right here, and I'm gonna throw them automatically in here. And what this is gonna do, it's going to, with AI, read what I'm doing, and it's going to automatically generate the listing, all right? So gonna continue. Stylish headphone stand, obviously in here, the more you write in, the more you dedicate yourself, the better it's gonna be. So I'm gonna say contemporary headphone stand. I could obviously do a much better job than what I'm doing right now. I'm just as exemplifying. So 10 centimeters to 10 centimeters to 15 centimeters as an example. 150 grams of weight. I'm just gonna keep things as is. Obviously, the more you dedicate yourself here, the better it's gonna be. So I'm gonna say the search term is gonna be headphone stand. Headphone stand. No personalization. It's a unit. No, doesn't have a power system. It doesn't have any other accessories included, which you could have. You could have screws if it was something tied to the wall. No compatibility. Imagine you were doing an Alexa holder. You gotta say which model of Alexa it is. If you have an SKU or a code, or if you have any special care, I would say avoid direct sunlight, which is standard for selling 3D prints. Then if you want some more voiceover or not, I'm gonna say that I don't want voiceover. Some marketplaces, they give you the possibility of putting something with voiceover. It's not the case of Etsy. So we're gonna be doing a video with the voiceover, but in this case, I'm not gonna be doing any of that. Okay? So, and now this is going to automatically generate for me the title, some title variations if I want to, the marketplace description, and then I can go ahead, I can approve and continue. And it's going to automatically also generate the listing images. These images you are going to put together with the images that you already have from the product. So you might have photos, you might have videos of you interacting with them, you might have videos of you printing the items, whatever you want to do to increment the listings, you can put together with the AI generated images. So these are going to be possibilities for you to complement your listings even further. Okay? And one important thing that I got to say to you about STL Seller, it's because, as you can see here, we are in beta. So from tonight until Monday, no credits will be charged. You guys can come in, you can use, you can complain a lot, so we get as much feedback as we can, and then we can come in and fix everything and make available the final version, all right? So look in here, it generated an image with the white background, with the measurements. The measurements were super tricky for us, so we did something that I think is very smart. Instead of trying to make it understand, we made this that you could drag in and position yourself. So length 10 centimeters. Okay, I don't want to use length. If you don't want to, you can just delete right away. So you can just come in here and say, hey, the length here, it's getting in my way. I want to delete it. And you can even change here if you want to put in inches in case you want to, which I don't know inches because I'm from Brazil and we don't use inches. So I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. But then you're going to approve, and then it's going to generate a final image. And with the final image, you can go ahead, delete. It also generates an image with the features that you have in the product. And then you can pick some of these images right here. So I'm going to pick some of them. You can pick 4 images. And then off of these 4 images, you can also generate the video that is going to be in your listing. So let's go all the way. And it's generating the video. So all of that it's going to be available tonight on tonight's bundle. And as I said, there's not going to be credits that are going to be consumed until Monday because we're still perfecting the tool. So we still need, this is still a beta version of all of this. I want to see the final video, but it does take a while. So I don't know if we move forward and then we come back later. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's keep on going and then we come back. Okay, put me in. So the STL seller, as I just showed you, it's going to be an amazing tool to speed up this entire process. What am I gonna sell? Is this gonna be profitable or not? How am I going to create the listings to optimize SEO and to optimize discoverability of that listing and the visibility of that listing and a listing that converts? Because what we know is that the quality of the image and the media that you put on a listing makes it sell easier or worse. So if you increase the quality of everything that is going to be there, you're going to most likely have a better listing in your hands. So STL Seller can do very well the first of the 3 items here, but it cannot help you with the 4th one, which is how to scale the sales. So there are a lot of things that comes into play when we are talking about creating a successful Etsy store. And this is why, together with STL Seller, we're starting a new live sales course, which is Selling Prints on Etsy, and it's going to be with me as your instructor. It's also going to be live on 4 different occasions, on four different moments, 1 per week. And we're going to go over how to identify your customers so you can really map and understand potential buyers. A lot of people oversee that. A lot of people prefer to just sell what they feel is okay because they enjoy that model, because they think that model looks good, but they don't try to understand the person who's on the other side. And this is something also that I think harms a lot of people that try to scale on Etsy, is they print what 3D printers enjoy, but they don't think that they need to have a person who they're aiming, they're thinking about, and to identify if that person is even a real potential buyer. So we're going to use the data from STL Seller and from other platforms as well to build a winning catalog, a catalog that we know that people are actually looking for those items, that those items will have traction inside the marketplace. And then we are going to use STL Seller together with our knowledge to create listings that attract and convert. And then we're going to start building momentum and create strategies to sell constantly and use the platform mechanics to grow. So it's going to be a very intense course that we're going to be using a lot the STL Seller as well. And it's going to be an amazing tool for us to start creating our presence online. That together with the local sales that we will be learning with Ashley, it's going to help us build a very strong and durable 3D printing business. And with that, we will cover the 2 main paths that we found when we talked with our community, which is the local sales path and the online sales path. And when we are talking about sales, when we are talking about commercially use of 3D printing, the biggest collection of commercial models available is obviously STLFlix. And we are celebrating 4 years, and a lot has happened in these 4 years. And the more the time passes, we, as a company as well, we are getting better at understanding, recognizing patterns, and looking for real opportunities to make models that are commercially viable for 3D printing, that have interest from people around the world, not only the 3D printing community. So we started in 2022 with 5 people. It was me, Lincoln, that you saw in the video in the beginning, and 3 3D artists. And it was very, very hard at the start because we had 0 subscribers. Everything was in my own guest bedroom, so I was printing and photographing and doing everything but the core of the design part, which was done by the 3D artists. 0 models, but we were releasing 8 models a month consistently and finding our way, finding our rhythm. If you fast forward to 2026, we have 117 people in the team. We have 43,000 subscribers. We have our very own STLFLIX tower, which you'll see in a bit. Is one tower. I said towers, it was a mistake. Maybe one day it will be towers, but it's not towers yet. We have more than 4,000 models on our platform, and we are releasing around 80 models a month. So please put on the video about STLFLIX and our process.
Welcome to STLFLIX, an entire ecosystem for you to learn how to sell 3D prints. It all starts with a research team. These guys scatter all the internet to find the best products and ideas to turn into 3D printing. All of these ideas go through a thoroughly process of validation because Bruno is really picky. After that, all of the chosen ideas go to the concept art team. Their role is to design products considering the best colors and the best printing practices. When the concept art is done, it's sent to the 3D artist to create the 3D model. So many models have fits and mechanisms, so we have specific product designers and engineers to create these technical parts. And here we are in the printing phase, where the first tasks happen. And as you can see in Jonathan's serious face, no errors are going to beat his inspection. This team has just reached the incredible milestone of 4,200 models, products conceived, designed, and brought to the market. Among them are several bestsellers from recent years, including the Octopus Wine Holder, the Night Owl Wall Light, and Ray, the Manta Ray. And we cannot forget about Mini Me Custom. And most recently, our Religious Collection, which has been selling exceptionally well among our subscribers. No matter what niche you're in, you're bound to find products that fit your business. Our library is packed with smartly designed, marketplace-ready models, including stylish lighting, educational products that are even sold to healthcare professionals, and countless creative gifts and practical items that perform great at retail stores and craft fairs. And of course, we can't forget the biggest success in 3D printing history, articulated models. And you'll find thousands of them on the platform. When the products are ready to sell, we offer you another selling tool, our media kit with professional photos and videos. And that's how the best products for you to sell are made. So back to Bruno on how to sell with 3D printing.
So yeah, this is our process. This is what happens behind the scene on STLFLIX. And some people are calling me AI on the chat. I'm not an AI. I have a little bit of an accent because I'm Brazilian. This is why I might sound like an AI, but I'm not an AI. At least I don't think I am. I don't know, maybe I am, but I don't think I am. And all of this comes to say that we do more than just files. We really work to get and identify products to sell with the media kit to promote them on your business. And I picked a few in here to show that over the course of the last 4 years, which is our entire existence, we were able to create some of the new trends that came that really that you started to see on 3D printing. So we created the first Manta Ray with this textile articulation. The Starfish was the same. The pop-up lamps was it was our first viral hit. It was in our first year. It was a pop-up lighting that you would turn on and it would project the lights. That is really based off like combining what I used to work with 3D printing and home decor and my business partner idea on projecting lights. So it's like really when we blended the two ideas together. The pass-throughs, we were the first ones to make. I still remember the brainstorm when we were like, but can we make it go through? Can we make it work as a pass-through? And it did, and it was the very first pass-through. It was a Christmas tree. The Ben Pendergast, It's Boy in Space, printed and made it huge. And the hoodie can holder, which also has an incredible variety already. But we were the first ones to make, and a lot of people made a lot of money with that. And also the low poly lamps. You saw, I showed, there was one of the thumbnails was the video of a farm that I visited in Chicago that they do TikTok sales super well on TikTok Live. And they sell the low poly lamps in a lot of different scales because it's a big hit, it's a big seller for them. So we will keep on coming. We will keep on working with these products. We will keep on finding the right products to sell using 3D print because this is what I really believe in. This is my mission. But when we think about selling 3D prints, the highest margin is still in the customized products. Because 3D printing, if you think about it, it's made to do one at a time. It was built to build prototypes. So you don't gain much on scale. You can do one at a time. And this allows us to make customizable models. And customizable models have much higher margin because it is a big differentiator. So let's talk a little bit about STL AI. You can play the video.
Welcome to your AI-powered product factory. This is not a generic AI. It's the only one built 100% for 3D printing. Think about what 3D printing does best. Articulation, springs, snap fits, mechanisms. That's what turns the model into an actual product. Other AI programs don't do that. They generate blend models, stiff statues, with no differentiator. With STL AI is different. Every generator is built to create specific products. Everything starts with research into customizable products and market opportunities. Our designers define how each product should work, and the engineers create mechanism and unique features behind every product. Then our AI prompt engineers take over. They train and standardize each generator to guarantee the same level of quality every single time. The best of human engineering combined with the best of artificial intelligence. That makes your life easier. Just upload the image to STL AI and it will generate the model for you. Mini generators keep growing. Fidget toys that sell a lot, and spring minis that fly off the shelf, and our best sellers, articulated pets and mascots for any company. Products for gamer shops as this headphone holder, or something for that one friend that loves cold beverage. Personalized trophies to sell for any event. Signs and wall arts transform memories into unique decor pieces to sell. You can create an entire collection of customizable products to sell on your shop. And the team is always improving the platform. Many generators now support multicolor print as well. And the best part, everything comes with commercial rights. Artificial intelligence is the future for you to create products to sell. So Bruno, what do you think of this factory of customizable products? Back to you.
Yeah, so that's everything that we do with STL AI. And the reason why this is so powerful is because a customized product, it's no longer about the product that you are selling. It symbols your relationship. It symbols your family. It symbols a special moment that you live with someone. So when you are selling a customized product, you are selling far beyond than just a little piece of plastic. It adds a lot of value. And with the value, obviously, comes higher opportunity for margins. And it's a very, very strong market strategy for the marketplace. It stands out on local sales. We visited a guy that sells in a fair here in Joinville, and he has the customized corner. So it's a corner of his booth that it's only customized products that he makes made to order. And it is there not to sell to the people that are passing by, but to sell to companies. So he uses a little corner of his fair with customized products to pitch that idea to maybe an entrepreneur or a store owner who's passing by and say, hey, I would like to do that. I would like to do an award for my company in the end of the year, and I want to print a trophy with you. So he has this little corner of his booth that he does the customizables, and he uses that to promote more his business. So those are unique products that can't be copied, right? So these are products that once you have it out there, they just cannot be copied because they're one of a kind. So it makes no reason for you to copy. But at one point, you want to do something that AI just cannot reach. So this is why together with the bundle, our 4-year anniversary bundle, we're also going to have a 3D modeling course live with me. So we know that AI is able to make incredible sculptures, which will take us years to learn, but eventually we will learn how to do the functional, the fittings, the joints, the mechanisms, and all these things are going to help you not only make your own products if that's what you're interested in, but also if you want to edit a model, you found this model online, like on STLFLIX as an example. Every model there has remix options. So you can remix any other objects that you have on STLFLIX given you are a subscriber. So you can just download it, add it with 3D modeling, and then you will have your own version of something because you have the freedom and the possibility to do that. So we are going to go over how to 3D model, really thinking about 3D printing. So we're going to go over the basics and some of the more advanced features on Fusion 360. And after you've done everything with the STLFLIX, STLAI, you have done your own stuff, you have a catalog, you will still need to go over one more step, which is optimizing your prints for productivity and profit. I come from a time where we would really tweak in the settings of the print. So we would go in the slicer and change walls, perimeters, retraction settings. We would go crazy after every single thing in a slicer. And these days are gone now. Most people use the standard setting and it works for them. So the objective now is not to make a print succeed, because this is achievable. This is easy for us to do now. Now it's what do I do inside the slicer in order to print faster, in order to print something a little bit more resistant. So how do I improve my prints so I can have more profit? Remember I showed you the calculation we have inside STL Seller to see whether a product is profitable or not. If a product you print it in 7 hours, if you print in 7 hours and you are able to reduce it to 5 hours, the amount of times you can print that product within 1 month increases. Thus, the potential profitability of that product increases as well. So we are going to have a 3D printing course live as well with me as your instructor, which is going to be a redesigned version of the Print Like a Pro course in case you already have the STL Academy and you already have taken this course, where we are going to go over how to optimize the settings, understand everything inside the slicer. And we're also going to have a very interesting class on maintenance with Hugo Lopez. He's going to be together with me. We're going to do it together, where we're going to go over exactly what you need to do on a regular basis to keep your printer working reliably. And with all of these, I'm confident that we have covered the main aspects of the things that I opened this live stream with: where to sell, what to sell, and how to sell. We talked where to sell on market fairs, local stores, and how to sell on Etsy. What to sell, we're going to use STL Seller to understand, but we're also going to find models on STLFLIX and STLAI. And the how to sell, we will have the 2 live courses with Ashley Lee Local Sales and how to sell on Etsy with me. And they are going to be, all these courses are going to be live. And that's our entire anniversary bundle. So it's STLFLIX, STLAI, STL Seller, STL Academy with all the courses that are there already, which is the painting course, with Ty, which is great as well, because painting can really set you apart. So it's an amazing course, and it has some really easy techniques there that can add a lot of differentiation. Product creation, which is a different course about how to visualize opportunities for products. So it's not about 3D modeling, but it's more about creating the concept of a product. Generating models with AI, where I pretty much do I do what our AI does automatically. I show you how to do it using CAD, which is easier to do with STLAI. But if you want to do something that STLAI doesn't have, I teach you how to do that in this course. Then we also have From Zero to Revenue, which is a very extent 3D printing business course with a lot of different possibilities in there. And we also have Printing Million Views with Cotrim that teaches you how to create content based on 3D printing. And Cotrim, he's a Brazilian content creator. He was the guy that went to the United States this year to interview some of our subscribers because I couldn't go last minute. So he went in my place. And he's a master in creating viral videos. So this is an amazing course as well. And all of this with 4 years of access, because we're celebrating 4 years of STLFLIX, and this is why we are doing all of this with 4 years of access. So you can use extensively. And by the end of these 4 years, I want you to be so much hooked on everything that STLFlix has, because they are good products, because they help your business, that you will say, I want more 4 years. And that's my goal here. And the reason we do this, it's because this is our mission, both me and my business partner, Lincoln. Our objective here is to increase the maximum, your odds of succeeding selling 3D prints. Because this has changed my life. Entrepreneurship also changed Lincoln's lives. And I'm pretty sure that this is a tool in the modern days that really can change people's lives, that can change the course of your family. We're looking at a moment in life where people are trying DoorDash, are trying Uber, are trying all sorts of gigs that make you spend more money, that are less profitable, and are way more risky than buying a 3D printer, working from home, doing something that is creative, that is fun, that promotes good in the world. So it's so much matter, and it has so much potential, that this is what I want to pass on to other people. And this is my mission. And this is why also all these courses will be live. We are already doing live courses in Brazil. And what we figured out by doing the live courses is that if we create the moment where you guys show up live, week in, week out, week in, week out, we not only increase the engagement of that course, but we also create the habit of studying. We have the instant feedback to know if the class is going well or not. So we have been doing STL Academy for quite some time. I think STL Academy we launched on our 2nd year, and the majority of people, they don't conclude the courses. And what we started to see with the live courses is that people actually come back, they conclude, they have results. And this is the first time that we will be doing that in the United States. And this is why I invited Ashley in, because I'm pretty sure that she's going to help us out with these live courses to actually make a difference, to create even more success stories. So it would be much easier for us to just, do it, record it, and then you guys would consume as you wish. It would be much easier. But we know that it has a higher impact if it's live. And this is why we're going to have the 4 courses. It's going to be local sales with Ashley, online sales with me, 3D printing and 3D modeling, both with me. The way they're going to happen, local sales is going to happen together with the 3D printing course. So this is going to be in the first month. It's going to start in August, okay? So it's going to be on Tuesdays 3D printing, and on Thursdays it's going to be local sales course. Then it's going to happen the entire month of August. In September, we're going to start online sales with Etsy with me, and 3D modeling also with me, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays technical course, Thursdays are the commercial courses. And they're all going to be live. And if you might be wondering whether this works or not, and I'm not going to be the person answering this, I'm going to let other people tell you that. You can play the video.
So out of STLFlix, for the last 3 years, roughly we've made about $45,000.
Whatever the cost is for a year, I had made it in 1 weekend.
I'd say about £8,000 to £9,000 a year.
Probably around 10 to 12,000 annually.
4,000 in the course of a year?
An average one is like $1,000 in 2 days of work.
I couldn't put a pin in it, but thousands.
So I'm in 4 different stores locally. Our profit margins are pretty good. We make about $1,000 in our little tiny town a month.
We've done about 6 shows. Out of those 6 shows, we've probably made about $2,500.
Around $6,000 in 2.5 years.
I would say it was probably close to about £10,000.
Over $20,000.
Maybe like 30,000-ish.
STLFlix has so much software, I've probably made $12,000, $14,000.
We joined about 8 months ago, and we have had 75% of our sales come from STLFlix files.
That's the thing with STLFlix is, if you want to print toys, there's toys. If you want to print clocks, there's clocks. You're gonna find something you like there.
Look and see the variety that's offered and the quality of the prints. That's the other big thing is almost anything that I download from STLFlix, I know that it's going to be a decent quality.
If you have the money to invest in it, think of it as an investment. you will get your return back.
I'd say there's no risk to it. If you're into resin printing, they do miniatures. If you're into articulated toys, they've got functional stuff like lamps, holders for phones, charging stations. I mean, there's something for everybody. There really, really is.
STLFLIX kept us here, kept me focused, because y'all made it so I didn't have to think as hard. I got to take my mental load and only give it to y'all.
Literally, to this day, best decision we have made for the entire business. No regrets. I do sort of laugh at the people that didn't do that sooner. Joke's on you. So I would say go for it. There's really nothing to lose, especially considering you're constantly getting new prints.
That's awesome. And before I move forward, we got bonuses for the people who joined first tonight. So the 21st purchases will be granted lifetime access to all these products that I just mentioned. STLAI, STLFLIX, STL Seller, all lifetime access. These for the 21st purchases. So if you're interested, get your phone ready. For the 101st purchases, you're also gonna get 24 kilograms of STLFLIX PLA. But this is US only and shipping costs not included. So, we also have, for this event, one official sponsor, which is Creality. We went all the way to Creality's headquarters and we told them what we're doing. We told about the community, we told about the live classes, we talked about how many success stories we were collecting, and they decided they wanted to invest on this. They wanted to be a part of it. So for tonight's offer, the entire value of the offer, they are gonna offer in filament coupons as well. So the entire value of the offer, you're gonna get in filament coupons from Creality. So thank you very much, Creality, for helping us with this, for being our special sponsor. We are very grateful, and we have a very good relationship with Creality. We're very grateful for them. So let's talk a little bit about how much this is gonna cost, right? These are the standard prices for the entire STLFLIX product catalog. So STLFLIX costs $179 a year, STLAI $299 a year, STL Seller $199 a year, STL Academy with all the courses $299 a year, and each of the live courses, if we were to sell them individually, which I think we will after we do this first bundle, it's gonna be $150 each. So that totals $1,576.40. If you put that to 4 years, we are talking about $4,507.60, and the entire value of the offer in filament coupons. But tonight, you are not gonna pay $4,507.60 because it's not fair for you to charge for 4 years. So we are gonna charge for just 1 year. So all of this, STLFLIX, STLAI, STL Seller, STL Academy, and the 4 live courses, which you're gonna get access for 4 years, it's gonna be $1,576.40. And you still have access to the filament coupons for the entire value of the offer. Not really. The price for the offer for the 4 years is gonna be $679, and you're gonna get the entire amount back in filament coupons. So STLFLIX, STL Academy, STLAI, STL Seller, plus the 4 live courses for $679, and you're gonna get 24 $20 coupons on $100 filament purchases, and 2 $100 coupons on $500 filament purchases. So you can stack up your filament. You have filament for the entire year, and you will offset the money you've paid on the entire bundle. And I'm pretty sure that by applying the techniques and applying the stuff that we will be seeing, that we will be teaching you, there is a very big chance that you are gonna get your money back, as you saw from the stories, very soon and very fast. The coupons will be delivered monthly and 15 days after the purchase. And it's gonna be $680 worth of coupons. So you even have an extra $1 here. Okay, so get ready, because there's more. If you already have an annual license of STLFlix or STLAI, you have $100 off. So the total is going to be $579. And if you already have STLFlix Lifetime, just STLFlix Lifetime, you have $180 off. So it's going to be $399. And you're going to get the entire value in filament coupons. So the $680. And if you already have STLFlix and STLAI Lifetime, you're going to get $380 back. So the total is going to be $199. So it's a huge offer for our lifetime members and our annual members. We wanted to do that to show you, to give back and show the support that you guys showed to us. So it's a no-brainer of an offer, to be honest. We couldn't do much better than that. And here's the QR code, so you can click the link that is going to be on the chat. I don't know if they're updated yet, but they will eventually. And the QR code is right here, so you guys can check it out by yourself. See the category that fits your profile, and you can click the link and go ahead and purchase our 4-year anniversary offer. And thank you very much. This has been amazing. It's been an amazing ride. It's been amazing 4 years. I'm looking so much forward for the next 4 years to bring in so many good stories and to create so much more for the entire 3D printing community. So I'm going to move over to a possible Q&As that I thought before that you guys might have, but there might be other things that will arise, and we will be answering the questions as well. I don't have a 3D printer. Can I join? Well, this is a very focused on someone that already has a 3D printer. If you already have a 3D printer in plan, or it's coming, or you know where you're going to buy, or you know the moment you're going to buy, then sure, you can take the opportunity and enter before the 3D printer comes in. We had people in our community that they started to sell prints that they would outsource from someone else before they buy the printer. It's not the path that I recommend, to be honest. I still think you should get the printer first, and then you join any of the STLFlix's product bundles. But these offers, they don't come that often. So I still think you should get the printer first, but if you want to, you don't want to lose the offer, it's a possibility. Okay, the hoodie sadly is not for sale. Maybe one day. Let's think about the hoodie. All right, I already have an STL. I already have a lifetime plan. As I said priorly, we have two distinct categories here. People who have the STLFlix STL Academy lifetime plan, and then by paying $399 right now, they're gonna get the products that they don't have, which is STLAI and STL Seller, and it's gonna cost $399. And for those who already have STLFlix, STL Academy, STLAI, which is the bundle that we sold in November, you can get the same, you can get the offer right now, this offer of tonight, by paying $199. And if you already have the annual plan, it's gonna be $579 in total, okay? I'm already selling. Is it worth for me? I think it definitely is, because we have spoken with several different members. And what we saw is that people, they usually nail one of the paths. Like I understood selling online because you dedicate to it, you learn, and then you were able to scale within one path. But you will still need some more. You still need the rest, the complement here. And I think the fact that we have the two paths and the live classes, there's always something else that you can add. So I think it's still worth it, even if you already sell. It's going to be easier for you to cheap. If you're selling well, you're using filament, so it's going to be even cheaper for you because you're going to get the filament coupons. So I think it's totally worth it. Is everything all right? Tá tudo certo? Okay. There's everything on the internet for free. Why join? We've been listening to some people saying these types of things ever since the beginning. The way I see it, if you were to really scavenge and find all the information you need online, first of all, you will spend hours researching the right content. And you will find some content saying one thing, and then the next is going to say the exact opposite. So it's going to be very hard for you to really cater and find a process here that makes sense. What we are doing here, it's not like we are doing an academic course. No, we are mapping out our journeys, and we're transforming our journeys into a method. So it's very rare, it's very hard to find online people that have done journeys similar to ours. So even if you find, you will find someone else's journey. Our journey is the journey that we are mapping out here, and the journey that has been developed by a lot of different people as well, and with a lot of feedback from people from our community as well. So I think it's very unlikely that you will find similar stuff online. All right, let's do the giveaway time while we get some more questions. Are we ready for the giveaway? Do we have any more questions that we want to go over? How do I know if I was in the first 20? I won the lifetime. How do they know if they're the first 20? Como que eles sabem se eles estão nos 20 primeiros? We will get in touch with you. We haven't thought about payment plans, so for now we're only offering the one-time payment. Let me see if there's anything else. Not finding the discount for present lifetime members. Do we know what this is? Yuri. O cara não está achando desconto do lifetime. Bom. People are so interested in the hoodie. I like this hoodie too. Maybe we can, well, if you have any tips on how we could sell the hoodie in the US, I'm open for that. If you know any ways that we can outsource the hoodie to and sell to the community, I'm open to try that out. I like this hoodie too. I think I never did a live stream with the hoodie. This is why people are so into the hoodie. Would you guys ever think about adding the option for customers to request a quote on their STL store? That's an interesting idea. I will debate that with the team. A lot of people are requesting the payment plans. So I think the payment plans? The discount for the lifetime is working. People just tested and it's working. Okay, so shall we start with the giveaway? All right, guys. So as I said in the beginning, you have to be live at the giveaway. So if we draw someone here and that person is not live, we are gonna draw another one, and then another one, and then another one, until eventually we find someone that is live. If we can start? All right, so we're gonna start first with the 20 kilograms of PLA. And I know they're both here, the filament and the Creality K2 Plus. So the first one, I can read. Can you tell me? Gideon and Peter. Are you guys live? Someone said here. Because they haven't seen it yet. There's a delay. Okay. Anybody here? We have Gideon and Peter. Are you guys live? Yes, I am Gideon. Apparently Gideon is online. Peter is also online? Gideon is online. Peter. Peter who? Have we found them both? Gideon is there. We found Gideon already. And I don't know the Peter. Did we find the Peter? Peter's saying here. I identify as Gideon. Yeah, Peter is here. Peter is Moonlight Photography Canada. All right, so we have both winners. This is the first time This is the first time in the live streams that we draw and both people are online. I've never seen it happening before. All right, so congrats for both of you. Congrats on winning the giveaway. I'm gonna go back to the QR code and we can go back to Q&A. If there's any more questions you guys wanna ask about the offer, not about the offer, anything else that you would like to tell us. While we get the questions here, I want to take this moment to really thank you guys for being with us, for being so supportive with us. We know that it's not an easy journey, and it's not easy to be a community business because we need to be always very. We always need to think a lot about how we're going to be sending the messages across and how you guys are going to be perceiving it. And I'm super, super, super happy to be celebrating 4 years because STLFlix is by far my most ambitious project, my most successful project, and the thing that I enjoy doing the most. So it's really, really, really rewarding to be here and say that we have the amount of members that we have, the talent team that we have. We have such a talented team behind the scenes here helping us with the live stream, but also creating the drops, making sure that the platform works, creating new products. This is super inspiring and it's amazing, amazing to be a part of all this. And I'm super grateful for the team with STLFlix, but also our community that supports us and are constantly here with us, giving support when we need support, giving the honest feedback when you need the honest feedback, but above everything, going forward. And we are only here celebrating 4 years with the numbers that we have because we have you guys backing us. So thank you very much for all of this. I'm super, super excited to do the live courses. I think it's going to be a moment where it's going to be a very good moment to trade with you guys, to get to know you guys better, to interact some more. So I'm excited about the live courses. I think it's going to be very important even for us to really understand the movement a little bit better. So I'm really happy with all of this. Okay, so about the annual subscription. The annual subscription plan is soon $609, not $399. Bruno, the annual subscription plan is soon $679, not $399. The annual plan is $579. It was supposed to be. The annual plan, can someone check the price right now? You have to be logged in order for it to work. So make sure that you are logged in to see the offer. We gave away a 3D printer. We gave away a 3D printer and 20 kilograms of PLA. There were two winners. The first winner was the K2 Plus, and the second one was the filament. Anything different for the 3 years anniversary offer? Yeah, it's very different than the 3-year anniversary offer because now we are going to have the live courses, which we didn't have last year. So there are going to be two basically never done courses, which are the local sales and the online sales course, which are both going to be live for 4 weeks. And we also have now STL Seller, which is a new product that we didn't have last year. Last year, we didn't even have STL AI, which is also included in the 4-year anniversary. So it's very different. The offer this year is very, very different from the offer we had last year with the 3-year anniversary. People are asking about the ID. Do you know if in the checkout there's an ID field that they have to fill? Apparently it's about STL Seller. So the live courses for the current STLFlix members. what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the live courses, and those live courses are gonna be recorded. So if you have STL Academy Lifetime, you are gonna get, after some time, we're gonna get the raw footage, and we're gonna chop into episodes, right? Chop into different classes. And these classes will be available on STL Academy if you have the STL Academy Lifetime. So it's gonna be slightly different because every class, we are gonna have a weekly challenge. We're gonna review the activity on the next weekend. So you will still get the content inside STL Academy, yes, but you are not gonna get like the program itself. I don't know if I made that clear. Guys, if you're asking, the problem with the ID, as far as I'm understanding, is something related to people that already bought and are trying to access STL Seller, is it? We have people in the chat that are helping with the more technical issues. So H. Parsons, this is a good question. Okay, let me go back to the if you already have the lifetime, all right, it's gonna be $199, and you're gonna have 4 years of access on the product that you don't have. So look at right now. I'm looking here. In your case, from what I understood, you have Flix Academy and AI Lifetime. So you're gonna get the seller for 4 years. That's the deal, and then the live courses and all the rest. But you're also gonna get $680 on Creality coupons. So you're gonna get the bonus as well. And if you are among the 21st, you're gonna get lifetime. So that's how it's gonna work. I don't know if that's clear or not. So Johnny Caputo, I have the lifetime and just added the seller lifetime. I want the live courses and thought that would be included for the lifetime members who added this. Yes, if you purchase tonight's offer, you are included in the live courses. Like I already have the lifetime and I purchased the $199. Yes, you will have access to the live courses. One thing that is very important to notice that I think I've kind of skipped in here is we have a limited amount of coupons, okay? So this is a limited offer because there's so many coupons that we had from Creality. So when we run out of coupons, we are most likely not gonna end the bundle, but you are not gonna get the coupons. Obviously, this is gonna be written, like if you get to the checkout and it's written that the coupons are over, you're not gonna get the coupons. So the coupons are limited. We have a batch of them that we will be sending out, but eventually they might run out and then the offer is going to change. So current offer is only valid while we have the coupons. If they run out, then we will change the offer. It's gonna still be $679, but the coupons will be gone. So this is why it's important to, if you're interested, get on board as soon as possible. We are removing the identity on the checkout. So sit tight for a little bit. It has been removed. Ashley said it has been. Ashley is our best customer service tonight. Thank you, Ashley. Let me. Will my annual plan be canceled automatically because I was paying STLAI? I think someone from the support chat can help us out with that. Ideally, yes, it's going to be canceled right away. If there's any issue, if there's any rebilling, don't worry. Go to our customer support and we will refund instantaneously, I promise you. Nothing's going to happen. Okay. I just bought a year plan. So how would that work? All right, let's go to the year plan again. Let's say you have annual license, Flix or AI, independently. You are gonna get $100 off current offer. So you're gonna pay $579 and you're going to get access to the 4 live courses, STLFlix, STLAI, STL Academy, STL Seller, and the 4 live courses, as I said, and the Creality coupons. So it's $579 for the entire bundle of the night. So we have a few like very specific cases that I do recommend you to go to our support channel. We are running a support blitz tonight, so they're over there trying to answer as many questions as we have. We see you have people with very specific cases. I have the STLAI and it's different from my STLFlix account. How that's gonna work? I think the best person to answer that is someone on the chat. We have people, like real people, not AI, talking in the chat. So just make sure that you go over there and they are going to get your answers as fast as we can, all right? We're going to be working hard tonight to get as many people answered as we can. So the seller is a separate platform. Just like the AI is a separate platform, STL Seller is a separate platform. So if you have the current commercial subscription, you are not going to get the seller automatically. This is a different product. And the reason why we're doing that is because this is an AI product as well. So it does have token, it has a different mechanics, and if we were to just include in the subscription, it would make our current subscription not viable anymore, and that's not something that would be interesting at all for us or our community to make. So we change. So it's going to be a separate platform. Okay. So we're still having issues with the checkout, but I'm pretty sure that the team is fixing. I'm looking at 3 people in their notebooks and they're typing a lot. So I think we are working hard to fix the checkout issues that we're encountering. Okay, if someone is still confused about anything about the offer, not technical issues, please ask the questions here and I'll do my best to answer as clear as I can. Okay? And don't forget to go and follow Ashley's YouTube channel because it's awesome and you're going to enjoy her content. So don't forget to do that. The coupons will work for Creality regardless of where you are. If there is an official Creality store in the United States, in Canada, in Europe, it's going to work. So it's in the official Creality e-commerce. The coupons are going to work worldwide. So the question is still, when will they know that they are in the first? Do we have for the first 20 already? Then I can tell that the first 20 are over. I think most likely at this point the first 20 are gone. Yeah, it's gone. So, but you will know. We will notify tomorrow the first 20. But it's the first 20 are gone, not the first. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know at this point. I'm not looking at the sales data. They are. I'm looking at the chat. So how do you get the coupons? That's an interesting question. So the coupons, they will be sent monthly, but they are only going to start to be sent 15 days after the purchase because this is the period where you can still refund your purchase. So we're going to wait for that period. So the person is obviously an actual buyer. And then we're going to send the first month of coupons. And on the first month, it's going to be one $100 coupon on a $500 purchase and one $20 coupon on a $100 purchase. And then every month from that moment on, you're going to receive two $20 coupons. So that goes all the way Okay, so you're gonna get 24 $20 coupons. So the first month, you're gonna get one 100 and two 20. Then it's gonna be 220 all the way up until the last month. On the last month, you're gonna get again one $100 coupon and two $20 coupons. To remind you one more time, the $100 coupon is on a $500 filament purchase. The $20 coupon is on the $100 filament purchase. There's a contact to the support on the link here in the chat. If for everybody having technical difficulties, this is the best source for you to fix your problems. You missed the QR code. Let me go back to the QR code. There you go. QR code's right here. Will you eventually have an STLFlix phone app? I like that idea, but we don't have plans for that yet. But I do like that idea quite a bit. There's one question here. Do you lose the remaining months of your original subscription? I honestly don't have that answer. I don't know how technically that is built. So I would recommend you to ask the chat as well, the support channel. Yes, we got people here getting their 4-year subscriptions. All right. Will there ever be an app? People are enjoying the app idea. Do you provide sponsorships or other support for student-run organizations? So what is the process for that? We have never done that before, to be honest. Well, we did a few things locally here, but more like sending filament to researches and that kind of stuff. We haven't done anything for schools yet, so I don't know, shoot an email to us and we will analyze. Maybe it's a good opportunity. I would like to do that. Let's see how that goes. I would like to, well, there are still people that feel the coupon is misleading. So I'm going to explain one more time. The offer is $679. Creality is a sponsor to this offer. And they are offering us 24 $20 coupons on $100 filament purchases and two $100 coupons on $500 filament purchases. So yes, you do need to buy a bulk of filament to get the discount, which is fair because what they're giving us here is basically 20% off on an entire year of filament. And if you use filament, it's going to be a huge opportunity here for you to save that money. That's going to offset the cost of the subscription. Yes, you do have to buy the quantity that they have specified. But I still think it's a very fair deal because you will use, everybody here will use filament. You can even stock up filament if you want to, because filament is not something that gets ruined if you keep it stocked under the vacuum. All right, you still have to buy the number, but it's still a very fair deal. I was honestly very, very, very glad that they made that happen and they sponsored us that way. Okay? Let me see if there's anything else. Travou a live? Is the live frozen? It was only frozen on my phone. Well, let's talk about the filament in United States because I see some people asking here. STLFlix filament. I would love to be able to do the STLFlix filament in the United States, but this is a project that we have not been successful. I gotta be completely honest with you here. When we first started quoting and bringing filament to the United States, it was a different reality because we didn't have the tariffs, and we thought that we could offer a better shipping price when we had volume. What happened in reality was we never reached the volume that we thought we would, so the shipping was always an issue for us. It was too expensive. And we never got to the price where we wanted to be. Because in the United States, the reality is a little bit different. The manufacturers, they sell direct to consumer. And when they are doing that, it's very difficult for us as a middleman, because what we were doing is we went to China, we got a very good supplier, and we were importing directly from China and selling with our brand inside the United States. But since the manufacturers are selling direct to consumer, it's impossible for us, even if we sell at zero profit, which was the intent. It was to sell at zero profit, but still not to lose money with the filament. Otherwise, why would we do that? And over time, we just saw that this mathematics, this entire mathematics, would not work out, especially when the tariffs kicked in. So sadly, and it is sad, we could not make it work, the filament, outside of Brazil, because the reality is just different in the United States. And it's a project that we couldn't make it work. And I'm sorry, maybe one day, if circumstances change or if we have a different way of working, we can make it work. But we are still committed in trying to find a solution to get filament to you at a better rate, at a better way. If you remember, last Black Friday, we gave you the Polymaker deal. This anniversary, we are giving you the Creality deal. So we are working with the brands to try to structure something to give us a benefit to our members. We are working to do that. We are working to give you an alternative to get better rates on filament. But sadly, we cannot make it work reselling STLFLIX filament in the United States. And I'm sorry about that. But this is a project that we could not make it work. A little bit of honesty here. Okay. All right. If you have the lifetime and you're not being able to get the deal, go to the chat, talk with our support guys, and they're gonna make it work for you. You don't have to pay the full amount. If you are a lifetime and you are clicking the link and it's not showing your discount, don't worry. I don't think this is gonna end this night. So just make sure to go to the support chat, talk with the guys over there, and they will get it sorted. All right? And it's not gonna mess your lifetime as well. Like, even if it says